So a big game for Pool D in the Rugby World Cup is just around the corner. Argentina, a side who are yet to get themselves a victory in this World Cup competition, up against the Pacific Islanders Samoa, who managed to get themselves a big win up against Chile, leaving that game with the whole 5 points. And this one here between the two sides will be a very entertaining one. Looking through at the starting lineups and reserves for both of these sides, we will start with the Samoans, as they are sitting that little bit higher on the table at the moment. Looking through at the starting lineup, it is James Lay at number 1, Sailala Lam at number 2, and Paul Aloamile. He will be slotting in as 3, so only one change from what they did have in their game up against Chile. That is the fact that Michael Alalatoa not in the starting side. In the lock and duo, it is Brian Elena-Usi at number 4 and number 5, the captain, Chris Vui. So they have changed that a little bit from what it was last week with Theo McFarland now missing out. For the Samoans in the loose forward trio, he didn't miss out for long because it is Theo McFarland as the number 6, number 7, Fritz Lee, and then number 8, it is Stephen Luatua. So the only player to miss out in the loose forward trio is Taleni Su, but he will be making an appearance a bit later on in the lineup. Looking through at the back line, it is Jonathan Tamatine as the starting number 9, number 10. They have gone with Christian Leliofano. He added some stability into the side for the Samoans in their game up against Chile, was kicking very decently as well. That is exactly what the Samoans will want here. Number 11, it is Ben Lam. We did see him get injured in that game up against the Barbarians. It did look relatively serious for a start, but luckily it wasn't as bad as first intended, and Ben Lam back into the side. He's only had one game for the Samoans, and it was that one up against the Barbarians. So I believe that this will be his official debut for them. And what a way to bring it up in a Rugby World Cup match. In the centres, it is same as last week. Tamua Manu at number 12 and number 13, Olapano Junior Saltini. Number 14, Nigel Awong. And then at number 15, to close out the starting side for the Samoans, it is Duncan Paiaua. And the thing here for Samoa is in that first half up against Chile, they looked a little bit lost as the game progressed and they started having more minutes together as a team. They did seem like they were going a lot smoother. So I believe that is why there are minimal changes made in this game up against Argentina, so that they can continue building that chemistry as they make their way further through the competition. Off the bench, it is Sama Malolo at number 16, number 17, Charlie Faumuina, his first game for the Samoans in this Rugby World Cup, and number 18, Michael Alalatoa. Number 19, they've gone with Taleni Su, and number 20, Jordan Taufua, who does seem to have a predominant role off the bench now for the Samoans, whereas in the top 14, where he is used to playing, he's normally in the starting lineup. So it will be a bit of an adjustment for him. I assume he will get some starting minutes at some stage in the future, but for now, still going to be off the reserves. Number 21, Milani Matavao. Number 22, it is D'Angelo Leula. And number 23, Danny Tuala, which means no Lima Sopawanga for this game. I'm not too sure whether or not that is injury-based or they are just rotating the side that little bit more. But now looking through at the starting lineup for the Argentines, at number 1, Thomas Gachon. Number 2, it is Julio Montoya, and he will be the captain for Los Pumas in this game. Number 3, Eduardo Basho, an absolute tank of a man. And number 3, scrums are going to be very interesting when these two sides do go head-to-head, that is for sure. But number 4, Guido Peti. Number 5, Matthias Alimano. So the normal combination that they would go with, although you could also throw Thomas Lavanini's name in the mix, but it seems to always be those 3 that they enjoy to have for Los Pumas. Number 6, Pablo Matera will be wanting a big game here up against the Samoans, and I think that it works into his favour because he loves when teams are physical up against the Argentines, loves throwing it straight back at them, and there aren't many more physical than those big Samoan players. Number 7, Marcos Crema. There's not many more aggressive than that man when they make their way onto a rugby field. And then number 8, it is Juan Martin Gonzalez, a man who started for Argentina playing number 6, played a bit of 7, now seems to have found himself a spot at number 8 in the starting side, and so far hasn't been doing too badly. Number 9, it is Gonzalo Bertrano, with number 10 being Santiago Carreras. They have gone with the tight and trusty, what they did use throughout the Rugby Championship 2023 competition. Number 11, it is Mateo Carreras, an X-Factor player who does offer a lot out on that left wing side. Number 12, Santiago Chocobares, and number 13, Matias Maroni. Then out on the right wing, Emiliano Boffelli, who more than likely will have the kicking tee for this game. And the benefit that he has with that kicking tee is the fact that even if the ball is 50 metres out for the penalty, he can still slot them over like it's from 5. And then at number 15 to close out the starting lineup for Argentina, it is Juan Cruz Malia. Looking through at their bench, huge amount of experience here. And number 16 with Agustin Crevi, number 17 Mako Vivas, and then number 18 Francisco Gomez Cordella, number 19 Pedro Rubiolo, number 20 Rodrigo Bruni. So going with the 5-3 split, similar to what we see from the Samoans in this game. Number 21 Thomas Kubeli, man who we did get to see for the Western Force a little while ago in Super Rugby Pacific. It was actually him and Domingo Miotti, and now it's quite a shame that we don't get to see those two men in Super Rugby anymore. But they are doing well overseas, and I'm hoping that they will do well in this game as well. Number 22, Nicolas Sanchez. You speak about experience. That man's got a lot of it. And number 23, to close out the side, it is a Lucio Cinti. Man who will slot into that midfield or out of the wing with no troubles at all for Los Pumas. For this game, it is a 3:45 a.m. kickoff here in New Zealand. It's going to be a late night one or an early morning one, depending on how you look at it. But we will be live on the channel doing the commentary throughout this game. So if you are new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Do let me know what you think of these lineups in the comments down below. And I will see you all for the next one.